Hi, this is BZ Rieger with the Quantum Playground, and I wanted to have the shot be mostly that cool mountain in the back. Um, that's Three Fingers Mountain, and I wanted to just play a bit with honoring ourselves and our commitment, standing up, standing in for what it is that we came to this planet to do in this moment. No coincidence that you were born, that you happen to be incarnate at this time, depending on how you hold the truth of who you are, whether you think it's a one-time around or you're eternal. It doesn't matter, because any way that you hold that particular part, there's no coincidence that that you're here now for these moments that are unfolding. And so I wanted to play a little bit about how cool that is and how focused and intentional you were about coming here right this moment. There's no accident about it. And that in this moment is the time to stand up and honor yourself, honor why you're here, to stand in joy, really, of what's all going on. And that, right about now can, on November 8th, 2018, can seem kind of like a very paradoxical thing to say, because there's a lot of stress and strife on the planet right now. It seems like a lot of chaos, seems like a lot of division. Doesn't seem like unity or love consciousness at all. And perhaps from a very tight aperture perspective, that would be a very fair assessment. If you widen that aperture just a tiny bit, just a hair, kind of give you more view of that mountain there, what you'll start to see is that there is magic everywhere, that there's majesty everywhere, that there are surprises and such fresh views of things everywhere. And you don't have to go anywhere different than you normally go to notice it, to see it, to feel it, to stand in the sheer expansive energy of it. I just wanted to do the scene set here with this mountain in the background because it's pretty. And it has all those qualities I just talked about. And so it carries an energy. Yet I carry that energy with me. We are a match. And you carry that energy with you as well. If your background, so to say, where you're standing, where you are right this moment, doesn't feel at all expansive, or it feels chaotic or constrictive and stuff, part of that is what are you allowing of that expansion, of that majesty, of that magic, of the truth of who you are to truly come through. And the other thing, although it's difficult, I know it was always difficult for me when I had, like absolutely not anything like that right behind me. Kind of gray and slime would have been a better depiction. To realize that I was in those moments calling that forth to, because I hadn't been paying attention, because I hadn't been noticing, because I wanted to dive deep into this illusion. And some parts I thought, gee, I shouldn't have signed up for quite such a deep dive. But nonetheless, it was letting me see the differential. It was letting me see the contrast for all that it was. And every time, without fail, and sometimes it took me a while to notice it, but every single time that I opened my heart, that I had an expansive thought, that I looked at things being maybe not quite so friggin' bleak as they were, and just a smidge less bleak, I was rewarded. It was, kind of in relation, it was the same difference from going from a gray scene to, some light and some bright and some blue skies in there. So anyways, it's a nice view, and I wanted to connect because I've been thinking and feeling so many beings who are seeing these kinds of views metaphorically and actually for themselves, feeling those kinds of views, others aware that that's happening but not being able to do that routinely for themselves, or not seemingly to reach that at all. And maybe another thing that nudged me to do this is that this kind of view, from over my head up, of the mountain and Gaia is the truth of who we are, and the new earth that's already here now, that many of us are playing in, stepping in, residing in, and all of us are stepping on it. We're just not allowing ourselves to see it. And yes, that can be sounding like utter rubbish if you're if you're not feeling it, and you're not noticing that you're stepping in it. So I would ask then, do you honor yourself, or do you trash yourself? Do you honor the magic that is you in your body, in your life, in all that you have the ability to create, even if you may not like what it is you're creating? Do you honor that? And are you honest with yourself that you are connecting, not really connecting, I would say, because you are connected, but sometimes we don't feel that way. So are you being honest about that? It's not about me, it's not about anybody else, it's not about out there, it's not about chaos or success, it's not about gorgeous views, it's not about deliciously expansive energy, it's about you, where your heart is, what you're allowing. Are you honoring yourself? Because you are more magnificent than, the nicest aspect of that view behind me. And your energy is that big and expansive and that delicious. And so are you honoring yourself enough, because something brought you to connect with me in this conversation, something nudged me to come and have this conversation. So are you honoring that? And play with that. Play with honoring yourself. Play with cherishing yourself. Play with just allowing some of your spectacularness to show through. I love you.